Okay, next symbol is colors. Um, in one of my Divine Connections classes, I had a student who only saw colors. Divine Connections is an actual method where we go into meditation, we create a location in our imagination and ask for a guide. But all this student ever saw was colors. So this happens in situations when you're first learning. And even now, it happens to me where I'll receive a symbol that I don't understand. And so I want you to remember something very important. Google is your friend. I can't tell you how many times I have used Google to interpret my intuition or something I saw in a meditation. Google is your friend. So, intrigued by my students' bright and vivid colors, we began to use Google to interpret the messages. If she saw orange and blue, we would search for orange symbolism and blue symbolism and discover that orange symbolizes change, movement, and transformation, and find that blue symbolizes unity and trust. So one could conclude that the message was that change is coming and to trust the process. A key element in your Google searching that you still must use your intuition and your yes or no skills. Using our example, there are countless meanings for colors depending on the culture and the context. So as you're Googling and searching, ask yourself, does this fit? Is this right? And your body will tell you. If you've ever watched here it is. If you've ever watched Psychic John Edward or Tyler Henry, you'll often hear them say, they're showing me pink roses, which is my symbol for love, or they're showing me a hammer, which means building one thing for another. So as we spoke about in the last chapter, you're going to start to build a lexicon for these symbols and just pay attention to them. The symbols that pop into your head have meaning. I often receive an impression of angels flying around when things are good for the person I'm reading, or I'll receive a memory with a lesson attached. And so it's up to you to interpret these things and test them out. The lexicon of your internal messages is vast and constantly expanded upon. As a matter of fact, yesterday I did a meditation. And in my meditation, I went up and I was talking to a guru up on a hill. I'm asking all these questions. He's like, didn't we tell you this? Didn't we tell you this? Were you there when we said this to you? And, and it was like, we told you this a while ago that this was going to happen. We told you a while ago that this is how things are going to go. We told you this, we told you that. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting bitched out by spirit right now. Fine, because I haven't been, his message to me ultimately was, you know things, but you're acting like you don't know them. And so I told my husband later, I'm like, I've got a new guide. He's this guru up on a hill. And Scott was like, what's his name? And I'm like, I don't know. So a little while later, I go, his name's Maxwell, and he's here to tell me the things I already know. Because I don't pay attention to the things I already know sometimes. So it's constantly expanding. As a psychic, I am constantly being exposed to new guides. And some guides will come in and go out, and some guides hang out for a while. Some guides are here forever, and some guides are only here for a specific reason. And that's what happens. And that's what you learn in our Divine Connections course is how to talk to your guides, how to interpret what they're saying to you, how to connect to them. So the next level after this course, after basic intuition, you go on to Divine Connections and you learn to build on your lexicon and build on the dialogue that you have with spirit, if you're drawn that way. So that is our internal messages section. So I want to just briefly again go through. They are pattern recognition, feelings and hunches, memories, and colors. Those are your internal messages. So let's go ahead and stop the tape. Give yourself a moment to kind of digest colors, what colors mean to you. Ask for a color to come into your consciousness, and then go Google what does that color mean? And you'll and write down what you think the message is. Okay, give yourself some time to practice, and we will come back and talk about external messages.